All right, welcome back. Another quick trip. Tesla FSD 12.6.4. Starting to rain a bit, as you can see, the clouds here to the left of us. Pretty dark. For those that are familiar with Texas in general or Texas storms, it is not a game. So doing a quick errand and then going back home. But wanted to see, depending on how the weather would permit us, we're doing some more tests. And I frankly don't mind it raining just to get that additional layer of testing in. Because as you know, people do drive in the rain, so making sure that that's working as intended, it's always important. Rain, even snow. Now it doesn't snow as much here. We are in North Texas, but it doesn't snow as much as other places, but it still does snow. So if I have the chance or opportunity, I will test that as well. Decided to play it safe with this first light, which is not a problem at all. I know a lot of us Hardware 3 folks kind of just waiting, hopefully hearing something about updates to FSD soon. I think for me, it's already pretty good. So, like I mentioned, the majority of my trips and drives don't have issues. So, for me and maybe others, it's more so, hey, how much better is it? Versus there may be some folks saying, hey, it's never worked for me, or it's always does this, and I have to take over, and waiting for the latest build to see if they can actually use it. So I think you kind of fall into at least two buckets there, those two being the main buckets. And so while I am somewhat anxious to, see what the plans are for Hardware 3 and see some of the things that don't work as well as they should being resolved, I'm also not in that bucket of folks that just can't utilize FSD at all. If I was and I happen to pay FSD in full, totally get where you're coming from, even in this subscription level. Now, again, the subscription, you can always cancel and say, hey, I'll start paying again once I can confirm this is actually usable, right? So there's a few different situations within that. But with that being said, I think it's always important, especially if you paid in full or you're in a subscription, at least to test and take a drive every week. Now, like this person here, they had no reason whatsoever to come out right now, but they did. FSD recognized that now they want to come over to this lane. And so that's fine, I guess. Okay, so yeah, and you'll get folks like that, right? And so in those situations, it's all about, hey, how is FSD going to handle this time? And those are some of the ones that's the main reason why I'm still testing, even though I'm Hardware 3. Situations like that come up, excuse me. What is FSD going to do? Somebody pulls out in front of you, So I think these are all important scenarios for sure. Speed, we're right at speed. Speed limit's 45, we're doing 46, so no issues there. Still starting to sprinkle a bit, not a crazy downpour or anything like that. So there should be minimal interference with the cameras and such. Right. Hear a little squeak. I have to do some maintenance on these wiper blades. It honestly hasn't rained in a while, so I haven't had the need to check or evaluate how the wipers are doing, and wipers are on auto, by the way, so for the folks out there, I know that's a real popular thing to bring up, the auto wipes not working correctly or as intended. They've been pretty good for me, so I don't have those same issues that I see other folks post about on that, but nevertheless. Pretty straightforward ride. We are coming up to a light that has an underpass that then kind of merges into a one-lane road. So it's always crucial that FSD gets to the far right lane, because the lane that we're currently in essentially turns into a left turn lane, which we don't want to go. So we'll see how long it's going to take. We're going to get through. There we go. So on par, we're going to get through this intersection and then make our turn to this other lane, which is perfect. And now we proceed to this one-lane road. Excuse me. Good amount of uneven road here, and construction, a little bit of everything here. So all right, it looks like we have a train crossing and it stopped. So we may have to do a little takeover, because I've been over here specifically and set for a very long time, and we don't want to do that. So that was me. That had nothing to do with FSD, but just wanted to make this trip as efficient as possible. And a train that long that's completely stopped, we don't want to sit through that. we don't want to sit through that. I actually have a video for those that have been following, probably 2 or 3 months ago. Same train track, different area, but it just stopped. And we could have sat there for almost 15, 20 minutes before people start reversing and backing out. Camera died, all that good stuff. So nothing like a little detour. Nevertheless, if we take a look at this road, there's no lines, there's nothing, right, to indicate, and you can even see it on the visuals here, there's no line. So FSD is still doing a good job at staying where it's supposed to be. You can start to see some markers here on the ground that's helping it. But those are the other things to be mindful of on those unmarked roads and things like that, to see how FSD reacts for you. Okay. Coming up to a full stop. Take off here. Okay. Action here. Turns have been good. Haven't had any close calls with curbs and things of that nature. For those of us that have been testing for a while, that was a breakthrough. I'm trying to think of what build that was that came through and has been pretty consistent, because there are some folks getting bad curb rash, and you know, it's supervised for a reason, so I really can't blame anyone on that per se. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, much improved there. Never happened to me. I would definitely always have the screen up and take over, but I know for others it has, and so I can report. I don't really hear anybody reporting that anymore, so that's good news. And again, just traveling through, these are smaller roads that we're going across. For a lot of people, this may look similar to your neighborhood and things of that nature. And so this is essentially what it's about, right? Being able to kind of navigate through your everyday streets without issue. If there is an issue, obviously we report it. I don't know if that picked it up on the camera, but some lightning there. Okay. Speed's pretty good. So now we're approaching the four-way intersection that we would have been at if it not for that train being stopped. So we're back on schedule here. Only took us a couple more minutes, so that's not bad. Okay. Following the rules, we'll come to a complete stop, and we'll go. These road areas, road work areas are always tricky. I have several videos in the past of this exact area and the progression of FSD. At first it was kind of struggling, but then I got the hang of it, and then it's just been solid ever since. So that's always good to see as well. Coming up to the stop sign. Gonna let them go. Then it'll be our turn. Some more lightning. Okay, making this left. Excellent left turn. Everything's just been really solid. I haven't had too many situations that required me to take over. That's assuming we have a stop sign. I don't see one. So that's fine. But we're here. So all in all, excellent trip. No issues on my end. If you see anything, let me know. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know as well. But until then, have a good one. Thank you.